All I said was it's music, it's not politics, it's not science and technology. You don't have to go to space for it. It just has to come from here. That was all I said. And this person went crazy. One of the top artists from Sierra Leone flew to Lagos a couple of weeks ago and we made a couple of songs, and that's happened. Let's get to it after the intro. What? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to World Wave Radio, where we bring the word to you. My name is Krizbeatz, the drummer boy. And if this is your first time here, stick around and watch everything that we do on this channel if you like it, from the tutorials to the, motivational talks to the gists, just like this. And at the end of the day, we still try to see how we can put one or two things that we can learn into it. So yes, in case you don't know, the Krizbeatz Music Academy is currently ongoing on right now, and the boys have been really making me so proud. I've been proud of all of my students. So you can click the link below to join the class, and we also get a chance to one-on-one session with Krizbeatz, myself, and some of the amazing teachers that we have on there. So yes, a couple of weeks ago, this artist flew in from Sierra Leone, someone who has always wanted to work with me. Amazing talent, someone who we have mutual respect for each other, and it's been someone who has been saying, just like some of you say, oh Chris, when I have money I will definitely work with you. So he was one of those guys, and I put him in with some persons on my team to start discussing on how he can come into Nigeria to work. So he's from Sierra Leone, but he stays in the US. So he flew in that week. He was so excited. I don't like to get straight into the studio, especially if I'm just meeting you as an artist. I don't like to get straight into the studio. I like for us to chill. So I said if he could come over the weekend, so we can chill, maybe make music on Monday, but let's chill from Friday. So they flew in. He started telling me about how he has always been his dream to work with me and everything. So I realized that the excitement was a bit too much, So if you go straight into the studio with people who are overly excited to show you what they can do, most of the time, in my more than 10 years of experience, I know that you don't get the best out of those type of people. So they first of all need to know that you don't even care if they misbehave, if they get it right or they don't get it right. Of course you care, but that is the vibe they should give, just like they want to sing to one of their friends. Because I feel like people do better when they are comfortable around you. They know that you won't laugh at their flaws. And as creative people, our creativity is in the flaws, those things that we think, don't let me misbehave. In that misbehaving is where you get some of your most incredible creations. So to cut the long story short, we came back to the studio on a Monday. Everything was fine. We were already even talking, how is your wife, how are your children and all. So we're having those type of conversation. A very young guy, we started making the first song. So we made the first song. Mind you, when I'm in the studio, most of the time I like to feed off people's energy. So how successful your session has to do with the type of vibe you have and how I'm able to connect with your energy. Sometimes I tell artists, let's come back and do this because the energy is not right now. We started working on the song and the guy started doing very well, doing very, very well. Like we were writing on the go, we're co-writing together. So we were writing on the go and it was beautiful. So he got so hyped that, of course, I know that's my fault. So my people always tell me that I have a way of making people, pushing people to believe in themselves more than they should. I don't think there's anything as believing in yourself more than you should, except if someone is making you believe something that you really don't believe you are, because believing starts from you. So back to the story, I'm already deviating again. So this guy said, oh Chris, I have some TikTok girls that I met. I want them to come over to the studio. Normally, I'm the kind of person that likes when you come into the studio with the people who will make you do better, So if you feel like it's your mom, babes, I've recorded an artist, I won't mention his name, that we literally bought strippers into the studio. So we're making beat, strippers were dancing, they were dancing to the beats because it was that kind of beat. And for me, I'm cool as long as it adds to the creativity, whatever we're trying to build. So he called these girls in, the girls came in and the girls were saying, beautiful song and all those things. So something now started happening where I would tell this guy, oh, you sang this thing wrong, do it like this. He will start grumbling like, um, it's okay. You get, and something that we can all clearly hear that is not okay. I don't know if it was the drink or he was a little on the booze. I mean, that's what we blamed it on eventually. But this is a lesson to you. Maybe you are just starting, or maybe you have something going on already. So he started being, is it called agitated now? Like when I say do something, he will say no, like, it's okay, Chris, doing too much. Like, this is someone that would normally, oh, Baba, it's not good. Okay, let's try it again. Till we get it and we can both hear it that, oh yes, this is fine. But because of the girls, because of the people in the studio, if I'm not exaggerating, he did one line for like maybe 40 times, I kept saying, bro, do you think we should leave this thing and maybe go to something else and try it later? He kept saying, no, we can finish this. This is nothing now. We finished that other song in like 20-30 minutes, and this one, why is this one taking time? And this one is even a sweeter song than that one. So I kept quiet until he was doing the thing. You know how you get to a point where you say, okay, please loop. And I was recording myself. I didn't have my assistant record it because, of course, he wants to see Chris. I had the thing on loop, so he was comping the vocal, comping it. Eventually, we'll check over 40 vocals, nothing. Over 40 takes, nothing. So I told him that, bro, this song, this thing is music. We don't do it for any other thing. If you are singing it, if you are not feeling what you are singing, then you are just talking. Whether it's the place where his mind is. That's why they say music is spiritual. The place where your mind is, that is where people will feel it from. And for someone like me who my antenna is highly up, I can perceive things. It might not be, I can perceive it. I can draw off your energy. Like I said, I feed off people's energy to make beats. If I'm in a room alone making beats, it's not the same as me being in a room with people making beats. If I'm in a room with people making beats, bro, I'm going as hard as possible. It will be one of the best beats you've ever heard. There are some people like that. It doesn't mean I can't make beats on my own. Most of the hits I've made in the room, in the studio with nobody. But I'm saying it's better, maybe because I'm a DJ as well, because as DJs, when you're playing music, you are feeding off people's energy. Oh, I played this person will groove, or that person will groove. Everybody don't have to groove, but people. So to cut the long story short, the guy took the thing and started saying, Chris, what are you doing? Do you think I'm here to play? So he was very angry and started raising his voice. And I kept telling this guy that I'm not even here to fight you. Relax. If you don't get it right now, it does not matter how much you spent, but if you don't get it, cool down. You do it later. He said, no, Chris, you're just taking me. If he was any of these Nigerian artists, would you do? Bro, when Techno was recording Diana, I had him retake the song as many times as possible. It does not matter. This is called teamwork. Teamwork means if we don't like it, we don't like it. We will not move on because you like it and every other person thinks it's not good. Then let's keep that and keep trying. Then if we feel like, okay, you can't move forward, we have something to fall back to. The guy started saying, nah, that this. But I realized that it was the ego in check. It's music. Music is not about your ego or anything. It's about the heart. It's about the feeling. If people are not able to relate to what you are saying, then it's as well as you just talking with nobody listening, watching cartoon that has no heart. Some cartoons has heart nowadays, but you get what I'm saying. It's a good thing I was able to handle it properly. We were able to handle it like gentlemen, and he was able to come back to say, oh, he was sorry. We refixed another session and we're able to do it well. So normally, I kept telling the guy, forget all these people here. Life is about you first before any other person. Because even when you die as a married couple, if you are someone that is married, when you die and you go meet the Lord will not judge you and your partner together. The Lord will judge you and judge your partner. So focus on you. Leave all these people, leave all this Instagram, whatever thing that you're looking at. Focus on you. That is the way you'll be able to get the best from what you want to do. I say all that to say this, that imagine, create a new scenario where, of course, this used to be me back in the days. where someone will say something that will touch a particular chord in me, and the next thing you hear is po, on the person's face or the person's jaw. Or do you know who you are talking to? Do you know how many hits I've made? Do you know this thing? That could have been the case, but everything, every way someone talks to you and every way you respond has an outcome. Your reaction to anything that you do or anything that you say has an action. So the way you respond to things matter. So I could have responded that way, and it would have heard that, Krizbeatz, popular Nigerian music producer, broke someone's head in the studio because they would not agree or something. I mean, it would have trended, but is that a good way to trend? I said that to say this, that music is a thing of the heart. Don't get carried away by even if you are doing chop your nyash, chop, even if that's what you are doing, it's still a thing of the heart. You are saying it from somewhere. If you cannot put yourself in that, you don't have to have lived those lives. Some people say, I'll buy you Ferrari, and they've never been in a Ferrari. It doesn't mean that they can't say it. Put your mind in the Ferrari state of mind and voice it. You will be able to relate to people better than just saying, I'll buy you shawarma, that your mind is thinking about egusi and you're talking about shawarma. So it does not work. Do you understand? So that is all I'm saying. That is what this video is about. It's about understanding that music should come from your heart, regardless. Imagine someone singing, saying, I like it when you whisper to me. It's good. Whisper to me is good. And someone else comes, even though my voice is not so good and can't do it, and someone else say, I like it when you whisper. Someone goes, whisper. I like it when you whisper. It gives you that whisper, as opposed to whisper. Whisper is not the best. I'm not the best singer, but you get the gist. The whisper, the one that says whisper with his voice whispering, gives you the message more than the one that whisper. Do you understand? So that is exactly how and what I was trying to explain to this guy, that it needs to be in. It needs to be in. It doesn't mean that other one will not go, but what then is the craft? What then is the creativity of music? What are we now creating? So yes, if you found any of these tips and any of these stories helpful, please like, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll catch you in the next class. Peace.